Welcome, devoted fans, to another gripping installment from the TV Days Drama Digest channel, where we dive deep into the tangled web of passion, betrayal, and redemption that defines days of our lives. Today, we're unraveling a storyline so explosive, so emotionally charged, that it threatens to tear apart the very fabric of Salem. At the heart of this drama is DiMera, played with electrifying intensity by the unparalleled Stacey Haiduk, whose character stands on the precipice of a life-altering decision. Will we ever see Kristen in Salem again? Could this be the end of an era for one of daytime television's most iconic villains? Grab a tissue, brace yourselves, and let's explore the dramatic possibilities of this heart-pounding narrative while speculating on what it could mean for the future of Days of Our Lives. A family torn apart by secrets. The DiMera family has never been a stranger to chaos. Their sprawling mansion, with its shadowy corridors and whispered secrets, has long been a battleground for power, love, and vengeance. But the latest saga unfolding in Salem pushes the boundaries of even their storied dysfunction. At the center of this storm is Kristen DiMera, a woman whose fierce devotion to her daughter, Rachel, is matched only by her unrelenting ambition and willingness to cross any moral line to protect her own. The drama begins with a crime that sends shockwaves through Salem, a shooting that leaves a DiMera sibling fighting for their life. Suspicion falls on Johnny DiMera, Kristen's nephew, whose tangled relationships and impulsive decisions make him an easy target for blame. But Kristen knows the truth, or at least, she believes she does. Her daughter, Rachel, a precocious child caught in the crosshairs of her family's machinations, is somehow entangled in the incident. Yet Rachel's memories are a fog, clouded by trauma or perhaps something more sinister. Kristen, ever the protective mother, refuses to let her daughter bear the weight of suspicion. She will stop at nothing to shield Rachel, even if it means sacrificing herself. Enter DiMera, Kristen's cunning and calculating brother, who sees the situation as both a crisis and an opportunity. With his sharp legal mind and unyielding loyalty to the DiMera name, demands that Kristen devise a plan to clear Johnny's name while ensuring Rachel remains untouched by the scandal. The stakes couldn't be higher. A guilty verdict for Johnny could fracture the family beyond repair, and any hint of Rachel's involvement would devastate Kristen. The tension between the siblings crackles like a live wire, each maneuvering to protect their own interests while grappling with the bonds of blood that tie them together. A shocking confession in the courtroom. As the trial looms, Salem's courthouse becomes a stage for high drama. The air is thick with anticipation, the gallery packed with townsfolk whispering about the DiMera's latest scandal. Johnny sits in the defendant's chair, his face a mask of defiance and fear, while paces like a caged lion, his tailored suit barely containing his restless energy. Kristen, meanwhile, is a vision of steely resolve, her eyes burning with a fierce determination that has defined her character for years. She knows the verdict is moments away, and with it, the fate of her family hangs in the balance. Then, in a moment that will be etched into Days of Our Lives history, Kristen storms into the courtroom, her heels clicking like gunshots on the polished floor. The judge's gavel hesitates, the room falls silent, and all eyes turn to her. With a voice that trembles with both fury and sorrow, Kristen drops a bombshell. She is the one who shot her brother. Gasps ripple through the crowd as she confesses, her words a carefully crafted blend of truth and deception, designed to protect Rachel and Johnny at all costs. The bailiff moves to restrain her, and as she's led away in handcuffs, Kristen casts one last, defiant look at her family, her expression a haunting mix of triumph and despair. The scene is vintage Kristen DiMera, bold, dramatic, and utterly unpredictable. Stacy Haiduk delivers the moment with such raw power that viewers are left reeling, questioning whether this is truly the end for one of Salem's most complex characters. But the confession raises more questions than it answers. Was Kristen telling the truth, or was this a desperate ploy to shield her daughter? And what happens if Rachel's memories remain locked away, leaving the truth buried forever? The fallout? A Salem without Kristen? If Rachel's memories never resurface, the consequences for Kristen and for Days of Our Lives could be seismic. Without definitive proof of her innocence or guilt, Kristen's confession might stand, condemning her to a life behind bars. The DiMera family, already fractured, would face an uncertain future without one of its most formidable players. EJ, torn between gratitude and guilt, would grapple with the loss of his sister, while Johnny's freedom would come at the cost of Kristen's sacrifice. Rachel, unaware of her mother's heroism, would grow up in a world shadowed by unanswered questions, her innocence preserved, but her heart forever marked by absence. For fans, the prospect of losing Kristen DiMera is nothing short of catastrophic. Stacy Haiduk's portrayal has been a masterclass in villainy and vulnerability, transforming Kristen from a one-dimensional schemer into a multifaceted character who commands both fear and empathy. Her ability to convey Kristen's ruthless ambition alongside her fierce maternal love has made her a standout in the Days of Our Lives ensemble. The thought of Salem without her scheming, her smirks, her unpredictable alliances is almost unthinkable. Could the show survive such a loss? Would the writers dare to write out a character who has been a cornerstone of the DiMera legacy? Stacy Haiduk, the heart of Kristen's complexity. Let's take a moment to appreciate Stacy Haiduk, the actress who has breathed life into Kristen DiMera with such ferocity and nuance. Since taking on the role, Haiduk has navigated Kristen's wild swings between villainy and redemption with a skill that few could match. Her Kristen is a woman of contradictions, a calculating manipulator who orchestrates chaos with a flick of her wrist, yet a mother whose love for her daughter burns brighter than any vendetta. Haiduk's ability to convey these layers, often within a single scene, has made Kristen one of the most compelling figures in daytime drama. Haiduk's performance in the courtroom scene alone is worthy of an Emmy. As Kristen confesses, her voice cracks with emotion, her eyes glisten with unshed tears, and yet her posture remains defiant, a queen refusing to bow even as she faces her downfall. It's a moment that encapsulates everything that makes Kristen DiMera and Stacy Haiduk unforgettable. The idea of Haiduk leaving Days of Our Lives is a gut punch to fans who have followed Kristen's journey through betrayals, love affairs, and countless schemes. Her departure would leave a void that no new character could fill, no matter how dramatic their introduction. Speculating on the future, could this really happen? So, could this be the end for Kristen DiMera? The Days of Our Lives writers have never shied away from bold moves, but writing out Kristen would be a gamble of epic proportions. Her confession could be a red herring, a classic soap opera twist designed to keep viewers on the edge of their seats. Perhaps Rachel's memories will resurface at the 11th hour, revealing a truth that exonerates Kristen and shifts the blame to another player in Salem's endless game of deceit. Or maybe Kristen's time in prison will spark a new storyline, one where she plots her revenge from behind bars, her cunning undimmed by her circumstances. Alternatively, the writers could take a darker path, using Kristen's sacrifice to explore themes of redemption and loss. Imagine a Salem where Kristen's absence forces the DiMeras to confront their own flaws, where Rachel grows up haunted by her mother's legacy, and where EJ and Johnny grapple with the guilt of their freedom. Such a storyline would be a departure from the show's usual high-octane drama, offering a more introspective look at the cost of loyalty and love. But it would also risk alienating fans who tune in for Kristen's larger-than-life presence. There's also the possibility that Stacy Haiduk could return in a different role, a common soap opera trope. Days of Our Lives has a history of bringing actors back as new characters, and Haiduk's talent would make her a prime candidate for such a move. Picture her as a mysterious newcomer with ties to the DiMeras, or even as a long-lost twin with her own agenda. The possibilities are endless, but none would quite capture the magic of Kristen DiMera, a character uniquely suited to Haiduk's commanding presence. The fans' verdict: what do you think? As we ponder the future of Kristen DiMera, we turn to you, our loyal TV Days Drama Digest audience. What do you think about this heart-wrenching twist? Could you imagine a Salem without Kristen's schemes and stilettos? Would Stacy Haiduk's departure mark the end of an era, or could the show reinvent itself without her? And what about Rachel? Will her memories unlock the truth, or will Kristen's sacrifice remain her final act of love? The beauty of Days of Our Lives lies in its ability to keep us guessing, to weave stories that break our hearts and then mend them in ways we never expected. Whether Kristen DiMera walks free or fades into Salem's history, her legacy will endure, a testament to the power of great storytelling and unforgettable performances. So, let's hear your thoughts. Head to our channel, drop a comment, and join the conversation. Will Kristen rise again, or is this truly her swan song? Only time and the writers will tell. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.